Hola a todos, muchas gracias por estar por acá. Luna de Van Gogh, muchas gracias, buenos días. Vamos a iniciar la semana. Se acaba el 2025. Vamos a cerrarlo con lo que quizás sea el último stream del año. Bueno, no, definitivamente es el último stream del año en inglés y mañana el último stream del año en español, porque si transmito el miércoles serían los primeros streams del año nuevo. Anyways, thanks so much to everyone who's tuning in. Today will be an English stream. Tomorrow we'll be doing our Spanish stream, our last stream of the year. And then if I have the time on... Oh wait, no. Wednesday would be the last stream of the year. Yeah, so this is the second to last stream of the year. Wednesday will be the last stream of the year. And hopefully I get to stream Friday... Thursday... What? Wednesday 31st and Thursday 1st. To end the year and finish the year, but have a normal week of streaming, 4 days per week, and keep that momentum going into January. But for today, we're going to be playing a couple decks, Mega Absol, Box, and Gardevoir, which are probably two of my options for the Merida Regional Championship, which will take place in about a little over 3 weeks. And very much looking forward to competing and whatnot, and hopefully making up for the 2 horrible results I've had so far this year. Alright. Mega Absol Box, a deck that has continually been doing pretty well. It didn't do too well in the Vegas regional Didn't do well in Stuttgart. Yeah, Stuttgart was the one. It won Vegas and it didn't do well in Stuttgart in Phantasmal Flames. So, Mega Absol Box in the Phantasmal Flames format so far in the one event we've had over on this side of the world didn't do too well. However, in Japan, it did get a couple top 4 placements, eventually losing out to Gardevoir in the finals of the Champions League tournament. And this is, I'm pretty sure the list that did well might be a couple cards different. I think I switched up a few, like 3 boss, 2 counter catcher. Now I have 4 boss, 1 counter catcher. So this list is pretty much what got second place. Even though the deck didn't do well in Europe, it did do very, very well over in Japan. And the combination is pretty simple and pretty straightforward, right? You have your big basics in Mega Absol with the Terminal Period attack and the Claw of Darkness. You also have Mega Kangaskhan EX with the Rapid Fire combo and the Run Errand ability to add consistency to the deck. And you have Technical Machine Energized to power them up, as well as Bravery Charms and Lively Stadiums to bump their HP to even higher numbers. Mega Absol can get all the way to 360, and Mega Kangaskhan all the way to 380. That's not all. We also have the possibility to be disruptive with Yveltal. We have the Double Cornerstone, which is an unnecessary evil, if you will, because of Golden Go now. This definitely hasn't been enough. If Golden Go is playing Cornerstone Answer, it becomes very difficult. You have to chase the answer as soon as you can, but this deck takes a little bit to get going. So if they evolve into whatever they have, the Mega Lucario or the Mega Lopunny, then you're in a lot of trouble. So not a perfect answer, but an answer nonetheless. We also have an answer to Dusknoir with the Psyduck Stamp ability, which isn't perfect against Charizard because they do play the Klefki, but it's pretty good against Dragapult because they don't play Klefki. So you have to deal with the Psyduck. And without Dusknoir, their damage output is very limited, and you can use your own Monkey Dory against them pretty effectively. And then we have Serendipity for extra draw, and sometimes some powerful Cruel Arrows. We also have Petron TX as an option as a late game attacker with that Irritated Outburst, which does 60 for each prize card your opponent has taken, and Blood Moon Luna, of course, as a closer. And Blood Moon plus boss orders, I feel like a lot of the time what games come down to. That's why I wanted maximum counts of bosses orders. But we also have Arven to surge our Precious Charlie, which is super important to set up in the beginning. Penny to tank hits and prevent those 3 prize Pokemon from going down, which are essentially half the game won for your opponent. And then 2 Iono to disrupt, 2 Lilies for consistency, and 2 Cypher Maniac. This is something that we hadn't seen in the West, and this is something that the Japanese players have been playing, and I generally love it. The combination of Cypher Maniac plus the Run Errand ability, of course, is fantastic. You stack 2 cards on top, and then you draw them, right? And before including Cypher Maniac, there's no way to search for a timely Mist Energy or a timely Stadium to counter whatever your opponent had, a Jamming Tower or whatever you needed, right? So you can search for item cards with Arven, but there's no way to search for Stadium or Energy. And I feel like Cypher Maniac definitely has made a big difference. and I would not play the deck without Cypher Maniac. Like, the combo between Kangaskhan and Cypher Maniac is just too broken. Anytime you need something, Cypher Maniac gets you that something. So I really like that sort of innovation here. Sometimes Arven, of course, can find you whatever you are needing, but sometimes you don't need an item card, or you need an item card and an energy, or an item card and a stadium. And Arven can only get you one of those, and relying on just raw draw of Run Errand and Serendipity can be hit or miss. And also, Cypher Maniac is an anti-Iono card. If the game's dwindling down, you can stack 2 cards at the top, not draw them, and then if your opponent Ionos you, you're guaranteed to draw them. If they don't Iono you, then you're also guaranteed to draw them. So it's a win-win, very nice card to have, and I hope we get a lot of use out of it. So without further ado, let's jump into some games and see how we do. All right. And please chat if anyone can let me know about the music, if it sounds alright, if it's too loud, so I can adjust it. I feel like I haven't been changing the settings, so hopefully it's pretty stable, but or it's a good volume, but please let me know if it is not the case. All right. Pardon me. Part of a huge beast. Alright, so we will go first. Not ideal, but it is what it is. Biggie. Alright. So I don't know what I'm up against, but I don't want to expose the 3-prizer immediately, and having lone double cornerstone can be the win condition against some decks. So I'm just going to start with a cornerstone. Body probably indicates Dragapult, right? Which is a little unfortunate as we have the Ogerpon down now. Alright. And it's unfortunate because we know we're going to be item locked, so no Precious Trolley for us in the upcoming turn. I will go ahead and Nest Ball for the Mega Kangaskhan. I think that's going to be important to have down. We did prize a Mega Kangaskhan and a Monkey Dory, so a little unfortunate because those are two very... Well, the Monkey Dory is a very key card, of course. Pokegear is... No, Pokegear is not prized. We prized a Dark Energy and a Bravery Charm. But so we didn't prize Psyduck, we have 2 Monkey Dories available, so there's hope, right? There's definitely hope for us. And now Cornerstone, definitely not going to be super useful whatsoever, so I'm going to draw 2 cards, see what I get, then play the Pokegear, expecting the item lock. Arven's pretty good. Arven would make me not want to play the Pokegear, because like I know I won't be able to Trolley, but I will be able to Technical Machine Energize. So I'm still gonna head and Pokegear, just grab the Lily, and that way I can Arven into Lily, perhaps, right? Now, Mega Absol is definitely my best attacker in this matchup, because I can Terminal Period if I get the double monkeys up, which is gonna be difficult, but not impossible. We're gonna pass for now, but the ideal bench is like Mega Absol, double Monkey Dory, Psyduck, or even triple Monkey Dory, right? Now that I have the Cornerstone Ogerpon, and Latias, sorry. Latias is the other card I need. So now that I have the Cornerstone down, it's going to be a little more problematic. But if I had started the Mega Absol, I would not have been able to retreat into the Mega Kangaskhan. So sort of like a win, like it was a lose-lose situation, right? Start with the Ogerpon, now it's benched, and you have to deal with that. Or start with the Mega Absol and not be able to retreat unless you have the Latias. And if I had the Latias, I wouldn't have Kangaskhan, I wouldn't be able to draw, etc, etc. Right. I do have a Penny already in hand, so that's pretty good. Now, I also wouldn't mind like going super aggressive with the Absol, and I'm thinning first with the Arven, so I have a higher chance at drawing basic Pokemon off of this Run Errand, right? Because I don't want to draw more item cards or tools. I want to draw my basics, right? If I had a Monkey Dory, I would be able to spread the damage a little bit. I did not. Now I have the boss, so if I could somehow find Larias, that would be pretty good. So I could like actually start attacking my opponent. I think if I'm not able to like go aggressively boss the Drippy, which we know their hand is pretty bad, I guess I can penny the Kangaskhan. If they don't evolve into Dracloak, I'm definitely gonna penny the Kangaskhan and just go aggressive. Now that they do evolve into Dracloak, if there's no Duskull, maybe I could still do that. It would be a little dangerous, but I could still do it. Free myself from an item lock, give myself Precious Trolley. Or I could just take a chill, right? I could just... There's the Body Puffin. Might be better to just like... Lily and see what I get. And then draw 2 more and then go from there. We'll see. We'll see how it ends up working out here. Alright, my opponent goes boss onto the Cornerstone. So still not in a great situation. This does stop me from going Penny KO, which is unfortunate. That's fine. So it's gonna be the slow and steady wins the race sort of game plan. Dang. Yeah. I mean, high rolling Larias and energy off of Lily doesn't seem like a very good option. So I'm gonna take a chill. I feel like we don't have to rush things. We really just need to find our basic Pokemon. That's what we need to do. And wow, those 2 are fantastic basic Pokemon to find, actually. Those 2 are actually pretty fantastic basic Pokemon to find. Now I do want the energy, so I'm probably gonna start the turn with the Lilies for 8. But I feel like the longer this game goes on and the stronger my board is, the better it is for me and the worse it is for them. So even if they have like multiple Dragapults and whatnot, like back-to-back terminal periods, healing with Monkey Dory, etc., like that's gonna make a big difference. If they're able to go aggressive on my Mega Absol first though, that's gonna be a problem, but they did already play a boss's orders. So we are in a slightly better spot just because they already have one less boss to work with, right? Overall, and they can't activate Countercatcher through Dusclops and Duskull. And sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat. Saki, no Spanish today. Today will be English, tomorrow will be Spanish. Mondays and Wednesdays in English. Tuesdays and Thursdays in Spanish. Hola, Van Grouch. Muchas gracias por pasarte. So if you ask me in Spanish, I'll more than happily... if you ask me in Spanish, I'll know you want me to answer in Spanish. And that's the second boss. So I don't mind... Like, I really don't mind Psyduck going down, I don't think. Because then that frees me... That frees my items. And that allows me to... that frees my items and that allows me to just... like, go crazy, right? Now, I'm gonna go counter boss their Drippy. Force them to bench Larias or force them to do stuff. Lily's just feels a little weak right now. I will heal the Psyduck. And just add the damage to the body, eventually dealing with that, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, like, this is forcing them, either they spend energy, retreat on Drippy, that's a resource that delays whatever they're trying to do, or they bench the Larias, and that's a potentially good target for me to close out the game later with Blood Moon. So I have 4 boss, so I can definitely spare 1 to do this. But yeah, like I was saying, si me preguntan en español, con eso sabré que quieren que les conteste en español y con mucho gusto les contesto en español, pero la narración va a ser en inglés. The narration today, the commentary will be in English. Alright. Slow and steady for both so far. There's an Ultra Ball discarding 2 supporters into the Larias, maybe? No, just the Dracloak. So either there's no item lock or we are expending an energy for the item lock. 2 bosses orders down is pretty good. Like I said, the longer the game goes on, the stronger my board gets and the better it is for me overall. So I don't mind. There's no rush. That's something I learned by watching like Tord and And the Japanese players play, like, I kept questioning when I was looking at them. Like, I kept questioning why they... why they were, like, slowing things down, right? Overall. Like, why were they taking things so slow? And then I figured it made sense. It's like the longer the game goes on, the likelier it is that you will win. So there's no rush. Now, pretty sure I saw Ladia, so I'm gonna promote the Kangaskhan. Now I get to play my very, very precious trolley. Oh, I did prize Ladias. Oh my god, that's really bad. Well, that's a huge mistake on my part now. I mean, it's not a huge mistake, but it's not great. Not great overall. Okay, so now... oof. Not ideal. Okay. What I want to do... Arvin, get back Psyduck with a stretcher. Be pretty nice. Cypher Maniac's actually pretty good. So what I can do now... okay, actually, okay, the Cypher Maniac's really good. So, okay, there's another Cypher Maniac. There was probably a better way to do this. I still have my run errand. I'm gonna go run errand. But I'm definitely gonna play Cypher Maniac. And I'm gonna play Cypher Maniac for a stretcher and a penny. Because that will allow me to KO, to reestablish Psyduck and to KO the Dragapult, assuming it attacks me, right? Which I have to assume it will. There's no reason why it wouldn't, right? I don't think so. Now, if they go boss KO Monkey Dory, that would be very annoying. But honestly, that's fine. I do feel like attaching the mist is worth it. Prevent the damage on the Mega Absol. There will be damage on the Mega... oh, actually. Well, that's... no, that's not fine. No, that's... yeah. The mist energy... yeah, the mist energy is bad. Because now... I mean, I don't know if my opponent will do it, but the mist energy is bad. I needed damage counters. I need someone... well, if they don't stack 3, then it actually doesn't matter. Never mind. Maybe it was just Penny. Yeah. So instead of the stretcher, it should have been Penny, Dark. That's what I should have Cypher Maniac for. So this, if they play it right, this could stop me from... yeah, this could just stop me from taking the knockout here. Yeah, if they knock out my... yeah, ugh. Well, if they knock out my Monkey Dory, they were stopping me anyways. Off the Iono, we could pull off the combo. The energy switch definitely helps. Yeah, the energy switch... oh, wow. The energy switch is huge. So what would be the plan? I would go... oh, wow. They chose not to attack. Okay. That doesn't seem great. Like just letting me get a free hit into the bolt. That seems fine with me. I'm gonna try and play Mega Absol. Yeah, you definitely should. Wild ATB, Hollow Knight chills. I know, right? Hollow Knight is just such a good game. I love Hollow Knight so much. Alright, well, you know what? I'm kind of feeling... okay, so the issue is if I stretcher... okay, I don't know if I just want to go aggressive or not. I feel like my opponent's setup is so weak that I think just going aggressive is fine. Like, I can deny energies, I can use Monkey Dory to heal and protect, so... I mean, this might be wrong, this might be a little aggressive, but like they're being very passive, right? Extremely passive. Okay, they play rare candy. That's good to know. But this essentially puts them at a bad hand, right? And should almost guarantee that I get to keep my resources, which includes Arven into Supra to get back Monkey Dory, which now I don't need. And them getting back-to-back attacks with Dragapult is going to be very difficult. Anyways, they're gonna rely 100% on the Neo Upper, and if they whiff even a single turn, that's it for them. Yes, I have the dog. Now it's here. It did get KO'd. They went boss to stall twice, and they were able to successfully stall and KO my dog. I don't have Golduck in the deck, so they do find energy, and that's fine. I think they bench the Fez, because that's probably going down. Oh, wow. They found research off of their Recon Directive, so Fire and Research were the two cards they grabbed, or one might have been the top deck, but not bad. Like, if they were gonna do something good here, it was definitely this. Now, I will be able to Claw off Darkness. I will be able to get another energy down on the Mega Absol on this benched one. And I do have energy switch for later. Hopefully there's an Iono here that I can snipe out of their hand this upcoming turn. So they're playing Iono, Lily, and Research. And there's 2 Research. So I wonder what supporter spread, because they also have Rare Candy, and usually Dragapult plays 4 Iono and 4 Lily. And right now we've seen 6. So that's a lot. Like, that's a lot. Okay, so I could take 3 prizes this turn. Iono, not fantastic. Okay, I do think I want to bench the Absol. I do want to attach energy to it. So now I could just Lily refresh the hand, but I actually really like the energy switch here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and heal the Psyduck to remove it from getting KO'd time soon. And I'll put the 10 on Fez, and then I'll remove the 10 from my Fez to not for it not to be in range. I'll put it on their Fez again. And then what? Hey, Smoke. All good. How about you? A Mega Absol box. So if I Arven, I mean, it would be really nice to find a stadium. It does really help me overall. Healing the Mega Absol also didn't matter. Like, if they have the Upper, this is going down anyways. And if they don't, then I'm not going down. I want to play the Lily, but I'm not sure about it, because I do lose the energy switch. I mean, there's the energy switch back, which is nice. Alright. I mean, hopefully they don't find the Upper, and if they do, I do have the ability to power up another Mega Absol with what I have in my hand. There's a Lily. There's a Monkey Dory as well. Honestly, maybe it's the Dragapult? Nah, Dragapult doesn't matter. Like, I don't want them to dig as much as possible. I mean, Countercatcher would be annoying though, right? Yeah, if they Countercatcher me... Well, if they Countercatcher, that means they're not taking a knockout, so never mind. I think it's gonna be the Lily. Because they are down quite a few supporters. But they will see a lot of cards anyway, so... Alright, we find our other Monkey Dory and Latias. Not ideal. Like, pretty meh prices overall. So if Mega Absol goes down, Mega Absol goes down. It's not a big deal. Do I recommend 1 Zerosic and 1 Cypher Maniac or 2 Cypher Maniac? So, I mean, Cypher Maniac is a consistency card, right? Zerozic, I don't think Zerozic helps against Goldingo. Like, against a good Goldingo player, they will not lose to Zerozic, right? So I don't know what's... Like, Zerozic is good for the mirror match, maybe. If you're both, like, in a situation where neither player wants to attack. Or similar, like, if you're up against Mega Kangaskhan with the ice cream cones, if neither player wants to attack or something. Like, that's how you can win a deck out scenario. But... like, Zerozic doesn't offer much overall. In general, and without it being directly searchable, it's hard to time well with a Claw of Darkness when it will really, really matter. Like, the combo with Claw of Darkness and Mega Absol is pretty good, but I think at that point, like, if the goal is to beat deck out scenarios, then yes, Zerozic is worth it. If the goal is to attack an opponent's hand more aggressively, I feel like Airy is better than Zerozic, because Airy you get to choose. Whereas Zerozic, it should be almost straightforward that the attack will be coming, right? The incoming what's the word? Claw of Darkness, right? So they will keep, like, out of the 3 cards they keep, they know one of them will be getting discarded anyway. So I don't know how much value you get out of a Zerozic combined with Mega Absol. Right? That's sort of like what I'm thinking. But yeah, overall, obviously both cards are good. Not sure if they're like super, super great. So 2 Cypher Maniac is just good for consistency, right? And if you don't know what you're up against, if you're gonna play a big tournament where you don't know exactly what's gonna happen, better to have consistency than one of cards that could be completely useless throughout the whole tournament. Which I think is what the Japanese players do, right? Best of 1, you need as much consistency as possible, and there's so much variety, you might as well have a card that will be useful in every single matchup, as opposed to one that is so specific and unique to niche situations. Yeah. All right. What did they ultra roll for? They're down to 11 cards. Grounded or Cloak. So they're just discarding a lot more stuff themselves. Yeah, so it's like all of them have their merit. If you have a personal preference for Zerozic or Airy or Zerozic, Airy, or the second Cypher Maniac, then I don't think it's gonna change how your deck works at all. But yeah, like it can come down to personal preference. The better overall card against everything or for everything is Cypher Maniac for sure. Okay, that Iono has officially killed my hand. I do have an energy priced, at least, I think. So okay, now they're down 2-2, 3 Ionos, 3-3-2. They did find that Iono. Fortunate. They didn't attach energy. Okay. Either they priced a lot of energy or they must have seriously cut down on their energy to fit so many supporters and the rare candies. So that's 8 supporters. So maybe they just have this spread and they don't have any more supporters. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and heal the Psyduck so it can't get KO'd on the bench. And I'm gonna KO the body, see if I can get an energy. I really don't want to deal with item lock anymore. Very annoying. Night Stretcher does not help here. I am under item lock, but I do this so that my opponent has to make a decision without full knowledge, and now they promote Halucha, expecting me to have an energy, but their Larias is in the discard pile, so that could mean that they might need to rebench it. Like, right now, I have game eventually, right, with like boss KO Fez. I want to play that down because it's pretty useless. Like, once if I can play my Night Stretcher next turn, I win. I go double Monkey Dory onto Halucha, which cannot evolve. Could be Two-Road, but same applies for any of this. But this can be Two-Road or evolved. This can only be Two-Road. And then I just go boss KO Fez, double Monkey KO Halucha. Right? That's the current plan. I feel like my opponent's playing, but I don't see how they could possibly win at this point. They would need to go like KO Mega Absol with like Counter Catcher and Turo Holucha, KO the Psyduck, and then for me to completely whiff. Which, I mean, I don't have enough damage counters in play to go KO Dragapult, so that's not too bad. That Pollen was itchy. Okay, so my opponent definitely cut some corners. Maybe they're just playing 4 Iono for Lily to research, and they're not playing Hilda or Dawn, right? They also must have prized energy, because they've missed so many attachments, and they've now seen pretty much their whole deck, so I'm guessing the Neopter is prized. And now if they go Latias Retreat KO, we just win pretty much with Terminal Period. Alright, so no Itchy Pollen, so now this is just game, even with, no, the penny is not it. So there's a nice stretcher. I can now go attach, treat into the Mega Absol, and then go Monkey Dory. Place 3 on Holucha, Monkey Dory. Place 3 more on Holucha, and then whatever they bring up, I go boss KO the Pheasantipity. So the prior damage on Pheasantipity ended up being not the best, but pretty useful. I did prize Latias and Petrant, which is crazy. Then we go Claw of Darkness for the KO. I priced both of my mobility options. Wow, they have another research. That is crazy. So 4, 3, 3. And they might have a 4th Iono. That's so many support. Like this, yeah. I don't know. Maybe they cut another energy. I don't know. They missed so many energies. They never played a nice stretcher. So in trying to make, I feel like that having that many supporters is like an overreaction to they dead drew one game, and now they're overcompensating by adding too many supporters, and therefore, like, sure, you play a supporter every turn, but you're not finding other utility cards that you do need in some other situations, right? So, not sure. Not sure I agree, but here we are. On to the next match. Alright, our opponent chose heads. Coin flip. So probably going first again. A lot of people do. Yeah. I think most decks want to go second right now. Just playing a supporter and item cards is so powerful, especially when a lot of those item cards are literal ace spec. Now with this hand, I think I'm just going to start the Latias, give the least amount of information possible, because Latias is a more generic card. And seeing Lunatone is not ideal. I mean, this might be Goldingo. So we're just going to pass. We have Arven for next turn to Trolley, as long as Trolley's in there, which we have to assume it is in there. I'm going to guess Goldingo, right? Especially, I feel like last night Absol won a tournament with Goldingo, so it makes sense that there would be a lot. And that's good, right? I want to play against... Oh my god, what? Okay. We don't care about Ethan Sudowoodo, but... Okay, I have no idea what we're up against now. Okay, it is Goldingo then? It's Goldingo with an Ethan Sudowoodo in there? City of Tears, Wild ATV, yeah. Gosh, I generally Hollow Knight, I fell in love with Hollow Knight. I haven't played Silksong yet. I'm going through other games that I had on my list. I don't know if I'll go back to Silksong. Like, I'll play Silksong eventually next year, but I don't know when. Yeah, I have so many games I want to play with. Alright, I mean, we have 3 Penny and Petrontiac, so I really don't care at all about the Ethan Sudowoodo. We also have more cards than my opponent right now, so if we just like chilled here, we'd probably still win. And if that's their cornerstone answer, then That's perfect for us. I'm just gonna play my game as normal, as I would, I guess. What I mean against this particular deck. Having fighting energy is unfortunate, because I want to use that for my Cornerstone and not my Latias. My Latias is gonna be stuck there eventually, and then I have 2 Stretcher, or I can just Penny, so I think it's fine. And Nestball top deck. Trolley is available, so let's check the Cornerstone. Both are available. We have Petrant, we have plenty of pennies, and our other fighting energy is actually priced, so that's not ideal. And so fighting and Night Stretcher are prized. So with that in mind, like, clearly my opponent is not in any rush. I don't know if I should be in any rush either. In powering up, just like that fighting energy is so unfortunate. Like any other energy and that would have been fine. So I think I'm just not gonna do it. I'm gonna attach the energy to the Cornerstone and I'm gonna pass. And then next turn I'll attach the Turbo Energize and Lily. And if my Latias goes down, my Latias goes down. Not the end of the world. Hey Baba's Bot, how are we doing? Alright, we get Ionoed out of the Turbo Energize, that's fine as well. Not a big deal. So that's 2 weird cards already. In my opponent's Goldingo deck. Iono and Sudowoodo. So this is like Goldingo control. Oh my god, what? Are we actually going to try to imitate? I mean, that honestly might be my opponent's win condition against jeez. No energy, and I priced my vessel. That honestly might be my opponent's win condition against Cornerstone. Alright, well, just pass. Hey, Danfiel. Thanks so much from Guadalajara, Mexico. Thanks so much for tuning in. In case someone is new here, Mondays and Wednesdays is English commentary stream. But if you want to ask anything in Spanish, I'll make sure to answer in Spanish. And Tuesdays and Thursdays is Spanish stream, with like Spanish commentary stream. And if you want to ask anything in chat in English, feel free to do so. Yeah, and I'll respond accordingly. Thanks so much to everyone who is tuning in and joining me today as the year dwindles down. As the year dwindles down. Alright. Greetings from Austria. Wow. Thank you so much for being here, General. Thanks so much for the follow, General Sondias, Rafo, MGS. Thank you all so much for following, for watching, for hanging out. I have plenty of people here today, so I really appreciate it. All right, more impounds from my opponent. Not a big deal. Go ahead and attach that now. Let's go ahead and do this. Honestly, I'm just gonna Iono. And we're taking it slow. My opponent's taking it slow. Danfield, thanks so much for the bit. Appreciate it. We do find that energy finally. We will be able to power up our Cornerstone. And I'm just gonna power up this guy. Next turn, I'll probably go Penny and aggressively go after the Sudowoodo so I can try and free up the other fighting energy and just like see what they can do, right? See if this is their game plan or if there's something else they can actually do. Datavol Jimmy, thanks so much for the follow as well. Thanks so much for the love. And if anyone's subscribing on YouTube, I don't think I get notifications for that, but I appreciate it. If you are subscribing, if you become a member, even better. Every little bit helps. Literally every little bit helps. All right. Next opponents, Komala. Okay. What? Both acting Pokemon are now asleep. During your next turn, attacks used by this Pokemon do 100 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. What on earth am I playing against? My goodness. What on earth am I actually playing against? Alright, so I do wake up. Attacks used by this Pokemon. Okay, so we don't care about the Komala. Like, this doesn't increase the damage that Sudowoodo is gonna do. Me. I'll go ahead. I mean, now I kind of want to, like, clearly my opponent doesn't have a real answer, right? So I think I'll just take the knockout. Save the penny in case I run into a situation where I stay asleep under Komala, blah blah blah, and it's just annoying. Absol box is one of the strongest locking out the opponent deck. Yes, that is true. That is true. And thank you, General, for being here. I appreciate it. Alright. We see coin bonus. Like, we could see soul rocks maybe at some point. If I start to see a lot of soul rocks, I could go Penny Larias, Bench Monkey, heal a little bit. Try to establish those. I have the lively stadiums as well. I'm hoping we won't see a second Iono from my opponent, right? That's my hope. And it's all blingy cards minus the ugly energy. Okay, so my opponent flips tails and tried to imitate. So that has to settle it, right? And I got the fighting energy of the prize cards as well. I hadn't even fully realized that. I mean, yeah, just KO. If I play the lively stadium, the Sudowoodo would survive. I don't want to do that. So what now? 0300 SS? What's your answer? Don't play Komala. Do not play Komala in your Golden Go decks. Like, even Sudowoodo, I can see some niche situations where it actually is useful. Do not play Komala in your Golden Go decks. Please do not do that. Yogoa, thanks so much for follow. Oh my god, Max Rod, what the heck? I guess this is like superior energy retrieval. Okay, I have no, like, clearly it's not a matter of card access, right? Because their whole deck is fully blinked out max rarity other than the energy. So clearly this is an attempt at innovation, but it is not a good attempt at innovation. Alright, another slumbering smack. Alright, so I flip tails. And they flip heads. So now it's the opposite, and that's fine. So here's the thing. I mean, like, how much do I want to respect the Komala? I guess I'll respect the Komala, sure. That's definitely not a sentence I thought I would say today. Respect the Komala. I mean, there could be another Iono coming. I'll just do this and then pass, I guess. Respect the Komala. That's a thing now. What you're thinking of playing the old but good Joltik box at your next big tournament. I know it's unrelated to the deck you're playing, but what do you think the main challenges of running this deck will be? I mean, pretty much the same as always, right? Like, if you don't get a good enough start, like, if Joltik box doesn't get the perfect Joltik into Iron Hands into immediate pressure, and like it's already at a sort of a disadvantage, right? And then even if you pull that off, if your Iron Hands gets answered immediately, then that's another potential problem, right? Because then your board is looking pretty thin, right? So I do think having Galvantula, the regular one, and Galvantula EX are like good ways to counteract that, so you can still apply pressure with a low energy investment sort of Pokemon. But yeah, those are the main issues that I see with the deck for sure. Okay, Komala is now actually causing trouble. Oh my goodness. So now it's actually going to be Monkey Dory time. And yeah. My goodness. Okay, so I will need to heal my friend. So the Komala, I mean, I flipped back-to-back tails, right? So that's been part of the problem. One Monkey Dory will save my Komala here. Sorry, will save my Cornerstone from Komala. And I will pass. And then next turn we'll see. Hopefully I can wake up. No, that's 3 tails in a row. So if I lose to Komala, it'll be because of a lot of unlucky tails. So yeah, but I don't know if that makes sense. And yeah, always feel free to ask questions about anything. It doesn't have to be related to the deck that we are playing. But yeah, as I mentioned, the issue with those sort of decks is that if anything doesn't go according to plan, it's really difficult, right? And you're also very susceptible to hand disruption as well. So you need a very good starting hand to do like your normal game plan, and then you need a very good follow-up to that. And then, yeah, if that's enough, then sure, you win games. But if anything doesn't happen exactly as you want it to, you run into issues, right? Not that games become unwinnable, but it's a lot harder than other decks which have more stable boards and much more threatening boards. If your Iron Hands doesn't get answered, then usually you'll have a very big advantage for sure. And yeah, I mean, sure, you could just play Turbo Komala. That's, oh my god. 4 tails in a row. That's so dumb. That's 4 tails in a row. And I don't have a dark Pokemon. So now I lose my Cornerstone. Great. Unfreaking believable. Unfreaking believable, man. I actually cannot believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. Yeah, there's the penny. Nice timing. Stupid freaking... God, this is so dumb. This is actually so dumb. Why are these 2 cards and why am I having trouble against those cards? 1 head. So stupid. And like I flipped tails and they always woke up, right? So they haven't missed an attack either. No comment. No comment. Max Rod, Iono, Komala, Sudowoodo. That's how you can... Sure, instead of playing a 2-1 Megalopony or a 2-1 Lucario with a better ace spec, let's play Max Rod, Sudowoodo, Komala, and Iono. Why not? Unfreaking real, man. Unfreaking real. Alright, Ladia's energy is nice. If I can get an Arven here. Of course not. Why would I be able to get an Arven here? And they're down to air balloons. And heck. Alright. Let me think. I haven't seen them play a stadium. They are now asleep. I can't believe I have to play on a freaking... Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and penny the Latias. And I'll go ahead and promote the Cornerstone, sure. If they attack me, I can just knock them out with Monkey Dory. Oh man, they woke up. They're just knocked. Okay, Komala is broken. Never mind, Komala is broken. I take everything back. Komala is absolutely broken and bunkers. I was wrong. Everyone, please play Komala and Sudowoodo in your Folding Go deck. Oh my god. Uro. What? Oh my god, they're healing. Wait, what? Okay, I would rather deal with a Soul Rock than with a stupid Komala because of the sleep. I am generally okay with that. Because Soul Rock does 10 damage to me. Or they can try to imitate Flip Heads and Demolish for 140 damage. That also works. Absolutely. My goodness. Heck. Oh my god. Alright, you know what? It generally might be just give up on freaking... Give up on ever attacking with Cornerstone and just go full Monkey Dory heals. That's the game plan. Alright. They need to flip an unfavorable Tails at some point, right? If I pass here, I'm out of range of another Try to Imitate, unless they play double Premium Power Plus, or they play one and they counter the Stadium. That's assigned to play Komala in every single deck. True. Okay, now they're retreating. What? I don't understand what they're doing. Are they gonna go boss KO monkey? I mean, sure, that works. Like, I don't know. I'm done trying to understand what my opponent is. Alright, boss. That's only the second boss. I can still bench another Monkey Dory and still be fine. Oh wow, they didn't even KO. What the heck? What? What is happening? What is generally, what is happening, guys? What is actually happening? I have no clue. What? Did they think Monkey Dory was weak to metal or something? Komala, man. Komala is just... Komala is it. I mean, I generally almost lost to Komala. I actually almost lost to Komala. I honestly have no questions. I have no questions about my opponent's deck. I have no clue. I generally have no clue. We move on. We move on. I think if we win the next one or the next two, we can go on to finally get to Arceus. Finally. Alright. We're up against a Greninja level player. Van Grouch. Yeah, I have no idea what was going on there. But shout out Komala. Shout out Komala. I mean, I honestly had never read Komala's attack before. Clearly. Maybe Komala speed ups is the way to go. Alright. We do mulligan. Probably enough information to tell our opponent exactly what they're up against. We also are going first for the third game in a row. Pretty decent start. We get the free Retreater, we have a Nest Ball for potential Mega Kangaskhan, we have an Orphan for next turn in case we're not under item lock. We have an attachment for turn, so we have Turbo Energize as well, so maybe I want to save the attachment. Okay, so we're up against Mega Kangaskhan with the Ice Cream. So this is a match where Xerosic could be good, right? This is one of those matches, so the problem with this is they have Lily to replenish their deck and we don't. So this might make me play a little bit differently. I'm gonna play the Mega Absol. I'm gonna attach to Yveltal, but this might be a game where like I might go Turbo Energize, power up, and then I might have to be as aggressive as I can with Claw of Darkness to attack their resources and attack their healing and set up enough Monkey Dory to threaten Terminal Period as well. But like I can't play that. Oh my gosh, they have Precious Trolley raw. I can't play the deck out strategy if they because they have Lilies and I don't. So yeah, they're also limiting their bench, which I don't necessarily agree with. They immediately okay, so raw Trolley into raw Mist to protect from Terminal Period. So I mean, that's as good as it's gonna get for my opponent. I have two options here. I could go Trolley and fill up my bench with like Kanga, Monkey, Larias. Or I could Vessel to get the attachment. I think I'm gonna go for the Trolley. Not ideal. I feel like if my opponent wants to play passively, I should play very aggressive. Maybe I don't need the Kangaskhan, actually. Okay, never mind. Kangaskhan with Petrant. Petrant is better than Larias here, because I can draw the two cards here with Mega Kangaskhan and still be able to retreat into the Yveltal to power up this turn. And I find the energy to attach, which is great. So, and I'll have my Yveltal poisoned, which a little bit of residual damage, you never know when it could matter. But I feel like an aggressive Claw of Darkness when they're not showing too many signs of strength could be good. I could also take another turn to Turbo Energize onto my double Monkey Dory. I don't hate that at all. Hoping they don't get like super lucky with their coin flips and I have some damage to go with the Claw of Darkness. That doesn't sound bad at all. And because they essentially wasted their Precious Trolley and they're not going to match my Monkey Dory. So if they don't clean KO my Mega Absol, I should have a big advantage with the double Monkey healing. Should being the key the key word there. Should have advantage. Whether it ends up playing out well or not, that's a whole other question, but should. Alright. Cypher Maniac off the top. Not bad. Do I want another chill turn or not? Honestly, I think I do. So I'm gonna Cypher Maniac for a boss. So I can aggressively go after the Kangaskhan. Maybe two boss is a way to go, to just go like super aggressive. I think I like that. So I'm gonna put two boss at the top. I'm gonna retreat into the Kangaskhan. Have them both in hand. This might be a little preemptive, but we haven't seen any strength from them whatsoever. Then I'm gonna go do this. And I will turbo energize onto both of my Monkey Dories. I did prize one dark energy. But something I have to keep in mind. Because attacking with Kangaskhan after this could be a little annoying or difficult. But so far so good. Probably should have preemptively attached the Bravery Charm to Mega Absol in case they can somehow go aggressive. Force them to need another. Yeah. Oof. Force them to need 3 coin flips instead of just 2. Find a switch off the top, probably, or they finally decide to play it, draw 2 more cards. They KO Yveltal, honestly, that's fine. Not a big deal. Please no boss. Like, they haven't played any draw supporters, so that sometimes is an indicator that they are holding boss, but they don't have boss, they just go after the Yveltal. I am completely okay with that. As long as they don't have Monkey Dories, that's fine. And as long as, so the other thing is I need them to not flip 3 hands. Right? Like that. I really need them to not flip 3 hands. And what? If my Mega Absol is poisoned, that's not a big deal. Yeah, I really need them to not flip 3 hands. Now, I will Bravery Charm here. I will go ahead and... Yeah, the poison doesn't matter. The coin flip scheme of things. I will be able to take a look at their hand. I'm wondering if they're holding an Iono, if it's worth it to establish the Blood Moon. Because even if they have an Iono, double Monkey Dory is possible with Crispin, I guess. But I will find out. Like, if they don't have double Monkey Dory, I could maybe KO them with Blood Moon if they flip 3 heads. Or 2 if they have Monkey. Ugh. I mean, maybe. Okay, never mind. You know what? I think if they knock out my Mega Absol, as long as there's some damage here, 240, 180. Maybe that's not enough, actually. Alright, let's just Claw of Darkness. There's nothing else to do here. Alright, there's an Iono. There's an energy switch. There's also 2 Jumbo Ice Creams. That's annoying. So I kind of feel like Monkey Dory is the discard here. We will be able to heal off all the damage, though. Sure. Let's get rid of the Monkey Dory. We'll be able to heal off damage. That raw mist energy with the raw trolley is so harsh, though. Does the opponent already use mist energy, TVG? Yeah, maybe. Actually, you're right. Maybe just going full Cornerstone was the way to go, right? I think yeah, that's actually way better. Going Cornerstone was the way to go. Usually that deck doesn't have an answer to Cornerstone, right? I mean, well, they have their own Cornerstone. But yeah, once they committed the mists, maybe it was better to go with the Cornerstone, right? Okay, off the Iono, they find Monkey plus Dark, so now they just need 2 heads here in order to knock me out. Alright, they flip tails. That's fantastic. It's not ideal, but it's good. But yes, I think, yeah, maybe going just double Cornerstone was better overall. Okay, my problem is now they can't just KO Mega Absol next turn. I have no way to stop that from happening. I guess I do have a way to stop it, right? I could try to buy time. Like, I know if they only have 1 switch, obviously they have Penny, but if they play Penny, they can't boss. So I think what I'm gonna do is gonna go boss the Buffalant. And then go Adrenabrain. Much damage as possible over here. And I mean, maybe, hopefully, eventually heal the Mega Absol. But nah, it was on the Monkey Dory. It should have been on the Monkey Dory. I mean, this lets me power up something, though. This lets me power up the Mega Kangaskhan and then maybe penny up the Mega Absol. Nice, but I should have put the damage on the Monkey Dory. That's what I should have done for sure. Try to like outpace their Monkey Dory whilst they only have one, whilst I have two. So that's gonna be the plan next turn. But yes, going hard on the Cornerstone after they committed their trolley, after they committed so much stuff, was definitely the way to go. So that was poorly executed on my part. Okay, they could crisp and retreat. Okay, seems like that's their plan. So, I mean, I guess they'll go boss again. This is forcing a lot of resources out of them. They heal 30. With triple monkey, I could... Oh no, the bravery charm, never mind. Even with triple monkey, I can't KO the Mega Kangaskhan. Ugh. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, I need to go after their Monkey Dory. That's what I need to do. Need to go after their Monkey Dory. So eventually I am healing even more. So it's same plan. Same game plan right now. Flip another Tails. Having the Mega Kangaskhan up front now will be a little dangerous, but I think it's part of what I need to do. Alright. If I can set up eventually my third Monkey Dory, that would be ideal. Well, there's the Arven. Stadium. Alright. So let's go after the Monkey Dory. Yeah, I really should have done that last turn. And let's go ahead and establish our third Monkey Dory. Which is prized, so never mind. Dang it. Yeah, it didn't get KO'd, right? It's prized. Alright, then I guess I'll grab this. Find the fighting energy. Oh, unfortunate. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this to also make it harder for my opponent. Oh, I need to... What am I doing? I need to boss. Alright, well, never mind. I'm all over the place right now. Let's flip some heads, I guess. There's one. Okay. Solid chunk of damage. That should put a lot of pressure. They did play Pokegear, so they've used one Ice Cream. We know that one was at the bottom, but it could have been shuffled now. So I am applying a little bit of pressure. Now I have two attackers powered up, which is great. Enhanced Hammer not good in this deck? Yes, very good. Cocoa, that is definitely an inclusion that I think would be very, very good and very important in Mega Absol for sure. One Enhanced Hammer could be clutch to... Because usually you'll need like one terminal. So yes, absolutely. One Enhanced Hammer would be saving me a lot of trouble right now. For sure. But there's none in the deck, so I can't play with that in mind. There isn't one in the deck right now. Alright, there's one Ice Cream. I have already Monkey. Okay, they go Night Stretcher for what? For the Dark, for the Monkey. They could have another Monkey. Established. Yeah, like, if we are able... And Rookie, thanks so much for a follow. Tokoa, thank you as well. Like, oh, what? Okay. Yeah, we knew they had the boss, so I did this so bad. I did this so bad. Yeah, I needed to play boss last turn. That Arven was so dumb. Yeah, and against Polt, very good too. I mean, you probably beat Polt anyways, but it wouldn't hurt, right? Definitely wouldn't hurt. Okay, so now I need to flip enough heads to get this KO, which is 2, right? Unless Yeah, I already played the energy switch. I mean, I have no draw anyways. Iono would be nice. That's not Iono. That's the cornerstone that I should have been using this whole freaking time. Alright, well, yeah, I definitely misplayed big time this game. 1, 2, 3, alright. That's a knockout. I mean, sure. That'll make up for my mistakes. That will definitely do it. That will definitely do it. Okay, so now things have changed again. Now things have changed once more. I don't know if they recover from this. I can't KO with Terminal Period General because they have missed energy. Otherwise I would have done that ages ago. If I had Enhanced Hammer, I would have removed the mist and I would have used Terminal Period ages ago. But I was not attacking with Claw of Darkness just for fun, you know. Yeah, like that was the first thing they did, attach the mist energy. They played Trolley and attached the mist, and I did mention that the raw mist right off the bat, if they only play 1, 2, is like really rough and really unfortunate, and is what led me to this situation. Okay, so they go Arven. Can they TM Energize? If they TM Energize into another Kangaskhan, that's really bad. Well, it's not really bad, but it's not great. So maybe I should have Arven last turn for a Poke here to try to find an Iono. So yeah, we're not out of the woods yet, that's for sure. Are not out of the woods yet. They're gonna TM Energize 4, 5, 6. I mean, how many energy they have left though? Another mist immediately. They have enough? They certainly do. Okay. Just enough. Okay. Alright, there's a Poke Gear. Don't think Penny's gonna be the way to win. Oh, wait, what? No shot. What? Okay. I play 2 Iono in this deck. Does anyone see an Iono in my deck right now? Or does anyone see an Iono in my discard pile? So in my last 3 prizes, there's an Iono. Oh my god. I mean, okay, so to be fair, this wouldn't matter if I had played this correctly, alright? So I'm in this situation and I have no one to blame but myself. But dude, I cannot catch a break. I actually cannot catch a break. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I mean, I just need to hope they don't have a boss. That's lit. All right, I need 4 heads this time around. 1, 2. False hope. Now they just go boss and they win. So I played this horribly. I needed 4 heads. I played this horribly. But I also prized 2 Ionos. If I could Iono this turn, probably would have been fine. Yeah, I played that so bad. It's 100% on me. I played that so bad. I didn't play boss in the turn I needed to play boss. I played Narvin when I didn't need to. I should have gone Cornerstone when they only benched a Kang and a Boof. I should have gone aggressive Cornerstone. So yeah, it's 100% on me how bad things went. I just I played a normal game when I didn't need to. right? That I just needed to go Cornerstone. That's all I needed to do. I didn't. It's on me. It's 100% on me. And I lost that game. But it didn't help that I had two IO nodes in my last 3 prizes. Not bad. Alrighty. On to the next match. Last one for this deck, and then we will switch to Gardevoir. Oh, the discard pile is invisible. Thank you for letting me know. You're right. Because of the chats and because of my huge head. Yeah, I'll remember that for next time. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so now we get the Kangaskhan start. We have Arven, we have Cypher Maniac. We are going first for the 5th game in a row. And we see a Solrock to start us off. So I'm gonna guess it's gonna be Goldengo. Which means trouble. And I have 1 Energize. I priced 3 Dark Energy. Come on, man. What is happening? I feel like every game I'm just struggling with the price cards. Every game. Alright. So it is what it is. Yeah. Double Cornerstone is an answer to the Solrock. If it's Zero Ledge, we were probably losing anyways. So maybe I could have held the Nest Ball. It could also be Mega Lucario, sure, but like based on competitiveness, like I'm always gonna guess the competitive deck. Like if it's Mega Lucario, so be it. But like I'm always predicting and assuming we are playing competitive games, not super casual games. And there's the response. It's actually neither. That was a Professor Sada's Vitality, so it's not Mega Lucario and it's not Goldengo. And my freaking Cornerstoner, and it's so dumb and useless in the bench. Oh my god. Alright, well, that energy top deck is good. So this has to be some like Raging Bolt draw deck. I have no idea. Alright, so change of plans. We're just gonna go ahead and wing it. We are just going to go ahead and wing it with Turbo Mega Absol with 2 Cornerstone on our bench because why not? Now let's go run errand, draw extra cards, mist energy. I mean, let's save the mist for the Mega Absol just in case. Now let's go Turbo Energize. Clearly my opponent's hand is bad right now. They didn't do anything, not even draw with Lunar Cycle, so hopefully we can aggro them out of whatever they're trying to do. The 2 Cornerstone on the bench obviously look extremely silly. I can remove 1 with Penny this upcoming turn, whilst I start to be aggressive. Top deck of fighting, so now they can Lunar Cycle, and now they have energy for Sada available. They find the Artisan. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we don't even know if it's Raging Bolts, and it's not, right? It's Great Toss. I'm pretty sure I've played against this person before, too. Okay, so hopefully with Latias, we're protected from, like, anything, any trapping shenanigans, right? Oh, what? Okay. What are these games, dude? Alakazam, Great Tusk with Lunatone Solrock, because why not? Why not? I guess Alakazam is like, it's not horrible. Alakazam is not horrible. Okay, please attack me. Yes. Okay. I want the damage helps me to knock out potential. Oh, Abra is just the teleporter Abra. It's probably not Alakazam. I take that back. It's probably not Alakazam. Alright, give me a boss. Give me a boss. Yes. Alright. It has to be a Great Toss. This is probably an anti-decking out card with Jet Energy. You can do an infinite loop. You play bench the Abra, attach Jet, use Teleporter, shuffle the Abra and the Jet, and that way you never deck yourself out. Oh, I got the boss and I almost didn't play it. Great. Good job, Pablo. Alright, Claw of Darkness. I think we're fine. Sometimes are the prizes. Food, gemstone. Okay, this don't matter. Tool scrapper doesn't matter. Flute. This no. Okay, none of this matters other than this. This is draw. So let's get rid of your draw. Yes. You usually, yeah, you can't see my prizes. I mean, I could maybe raise the chat a little bit. I still cover it up. I mean, does anyone even read the chat? You can definitely put it here so that you can see the number. Like the number is very clear, right? And now you see exactly how many prize cards we both have. Maybe the chat should be like next to the basic here. Maybe I should put the chats like, or maybe it could be a little too distracting. Not sure. Maybe I can make my face huge here and then have the chat here. I'll toy with it. Esta es mi opción para Mérida. Es una de las opciones. Definitivamente tengo que jugar mucho mejor que el juego anterior, pero sí podría ser una de mis opciones. Bueno, sí es una de mis opciones. Definitivamente es uno de los decks que me gustan. Me gusta el estilo de poco a poco, de atacar los recursos, de absorber ataques y usar Penny para curar, etcétera, etcétera. The Alexam is just so they don't mill themselves. Yeah, it's just the Abra and Jet energy, probably. I thought it was the 50 HP Abra. I just saw an Abra and I went into full what the heck is this mode, but yeah. Probably just as an anti-deck out card. Okay. So my opponent not gonna give up. All I need to do is click Claw of Darkness 6 more times. And 2 Cornerstone is very stupid of me. 1 Cornerstone is not bad because Cornerstone is my Mimikyu answer, right? In case they like try to keep their bench small and they went with Mimikyu, that would be pretty good right there. So they do Palpat back their stuff. So they're playing a lot of cards, but they're not doing much overall. In terms of board presence, I'm just gonna Claw of Darkness, take away a resource. All good. All good. Draga porque siento que no me corre lo suficientemente bien. Sí es buen deck, pero no me gusta. No me gusta los inicios tan frágiles que tiene. Eso es lo que no me gusta. Okay, honestly at this point, I don't care about playing any other cards. Just wanna hack their resources. Feel free to draw. Entonces, no es débil contra otros decks, es muy buen deck, es muy fuerte contra muchos decks. O sea, se va al tú por tú contra todo, pero no me corre lo suficientemente bien a mí personalmente para que se me antoje usarlo. Por eso no. Alright. Garzon. There's the Abra thinning. They get to draw with Lunar Cycle, but yeah, not much to analyze here. It's just like, even if they need to mill. They have 4 turns to mill me before I attack 4 times and win. Yeah, there you go. And I had 33 cards left in the deck. That was never gonna happen. Like, that deck cannot win against a good player. Yeah, against a good player who knows how to manage their resources. Alright. Oh, I said that was the last game and we were gonna play Gardy. That was not a real game though, I guess. So play another real game and then we'll play with Gardy. Okay, Tails. So once again, we are going to go first. We've lost the coin flip every single time, right? I'm not making this up. Yeah. For the last hour and a half, I have lost every single coin flip. That's insane. Alright, let's start Monkey Dory. That gives the least amount of information. It's also a single retreater. Then we can go like attach, Nestball for Kangaskhan, draw. Alright, we're up against Gardy. So cool. Hopefully in for a good game. Hopefully we get a good game going. Of course, the Jellicent item lock is always going to be annoying, but historically, decks that play Drifloon, or Gardy decks that play Drifloon, it's a lot more rare for them to actually play Jellicent and Brillish. So we could be safe from the item lock. If we are not safe from the item lock though, we'll see. We'll see what we can. I mean, we have Cypher Maniac, so it's not bad at all. Okay. Double Ralts immediately. Vessel away a Night Stretcher. That's good. Drifloon is pretty scary, though, for my Mega Pokemon. That's for sure. Drifloon is quite scary. But you don't do much here. So, with them not doing much, I do feel like being aggressive seems important here. Cypher guarantees energy plus, yeah. I mean, do I have Penny? I do have Penny. So you know what? I'm gonna grab Mist and Technical Machine Turbo Energize. Because that way I can, like, I'll draw them and then I'll Mist and Turbo Energize and then I can Penny the Mist and attach it to Mega Absol and start Claw of Darkness, right? If my opponent all of a sudden gets an explosive start, I can just switch to Run Errand, Pokegear, Arven, fill up my bench, get a better board. But like every time your opponent has such a weak hand, being aggressive, especially when you get to attack their hand as well, can be very good. So there's a Kirlia. There's a Fez, so expecting the knockout for sure. But thanks to the Mist energy on the Mega Absol, I will be protected from the... I will be protected from any Mew EX shenanigans, and like they're resorting to collect. So that's really good news for us. It is really good news. Now I don't even have to Penny, but I will want to Penny. Yeah, there's the energy. I want the Mist. I feel like the Mist is just way too important not to grab it, because they only have this, but they have one energy here. They'll have the other one. They could respond with me, so just really want to make sure I'm covered in that regard. Now, if I get Iono though, at this point I do want potential extra draw coverage as well as retreat coverage, just in case. Let's go Claw of Darkness and see what they have. Okay. I kind of really like getting rid of the Night Stretcher, because that's a second copy. If I get rid of the Dark, they can get it back, right? Like, if I get rid of the Dark energy, they can get it back with Night Stretcher or get something else back. If I get rid of the Night Stretcher, they lose versatility. And thanks to me benching these guys, I am protected from any like counter catcher annoying stuff. So far so good. We find Arven off the prize cards, great. They promote the Kirlia, which by us knocking out the Ralts as well, like if they don't bench on our Ralts and they don't do something like super significant, we could go boss KO the Gardy. And sure, there's still the threat of Drifloon, but in order for Drifloon to be a threat, they need a Gardy, 3 more energies in the discard pile, and a Bravery Charm, which they found Secret Box, so oh my, Secret Box might actually do it for them. They could get, if they play Research, they could get Research, Vessel, Bravery Charm, and a Stadium. And then if off their research they get Guardy, they knock out my Mega Absol. That would be insane. That would actually be incredible. Okay, they went Bravery Charm and Lily and Nespel. No. No Vessel Research. So that's good. Right? That's good. No Vessel Research. That's good news. Nespel. Is that gonna get like Mega Diancie? Mega Diancie would be 10 short from knocking out Mega Absol. They go Nespel for Ralts, which they could have Artisan for. And they go Lily, okay. So if they go for Mega Diancie, I could actually terminal period them because I have the energy switch. And Arven, right? I could Arven for Vessel, grab, transfer energy from Mega Absol, probably to a monkey. Also attaching to the other, terminal period KO, and then figure out the rest from there because I would be left pretty bare bones. Okay, so they do go Ultra Ball. They will be able to get Guardy. If they got 2 Psychics, they would have knocked me out there. Wow, so they're 1 Psychic short. That is insane. 1 Psychic short of the knockout. Jeez. Off that fast row. Pheasant DBT almost flipped the script. Okay, they do end up benching the Mega Diancie. They do evolve into Guardy. So by attacking with Mega Diancie, that's a way to protect the Gardevoir, right? So if they only leave, if they don't leave any energy on Mega Diancie, that could give me an opening to go boss KO Guardy. The 3 prizes are very tempting though, for sure. 3 prizes are very tempting here. So they chance it to the Mega Diancie when they could have Nespel for the Mega Diancie and then Artisan for the Ralt. So that was like not as efficient as they could have made it, right? Okay, 2 energies. Are they gonna do the 3rd? They do the 3rd. Okay, so very good play there. So well, never mind. That's 4 energy. It's all their energies. Just do not want to miss an attack next turn. So what could have saved them from the terminal period is if they only did 1 energy, like 1 damage counter, then they would be at 70 and I wouldn't be able to knock them out with terminal period. Okay, so they did the energies in the right way. I'm wondering if I don't need double monkey for terminal period. So let me just double check if I have my earthen vessel. I feel like I can set up like not game but close to game here. I do have my earthen vessel. I do have dark energy available. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna Arven for the earthen vessel and the bravery charm. We're gonna go earthen vessel away the Psyduck. 2 dark energies. We're gonna go attach to the monkey. Energy switch from the Mega Absol to the Petulant. Bravery charm. Mega Absol. And we're gonna go Adrenobrain. Just 1. 1 damage counter. Now I can terminal period, and now Petulant can KO the Gardevoir if or once the Mega Absol goes down. And then if they KO the Mega Absol, or sorry, if they KO the Petulant, then Mega Absol is still alive, right? I am missing the energy to, like if I get Ionode, I will be missing the energy to pull this off, and I will be Ionode 2-2. But I need energy boss to win, and I should have like at least 1 or 2 turns to pull this off. Right? Maybe just 1 actually. because of the Mega Kangaskhan on the bench. So maybe just one. Ooh, so I mean, Fez was priced, but instead of this monkey, Fez and DPT would have been a good card to have there. Okay, immediate Iono, not even promoting the Gardevoir. And okay, I get Nest Ball for Fez, which is great, or potentially Blood Moon. It's probably gonna be Nest Ball for Fez, because I do need a good amount of cards here. Well, I need Boss, which I play 4 of, and I haven't played any. And I need Night Stretcher or Dark Energy off of the next 6 cards. You say GG in advance. I mean, I hope you don't do that in real life. But because that's pretty bad manners. But yeah, it's looking close to GG, but it's not quite GG. They can't go double Monkey Dory KO my Mega Absol unless they play Tool Scrapper or Jamming Tower, which makes sense if they did. So that's good news. That's why the Bravery Charm was so important. But since I'm at 2 and once they knock out the Mega Absol, they'll be at 3, they could still go Counter Catcher KO Mega Kangaskhan. And I did have an opportunity to get rid of the Counter Catcher earlier and I didn't. 1 is there, but I think expecting 2 is the norm, even though a lot of lists are only playing 1. I think expecting 2 is the norm. So, alright. It's just gonna be a Monkey Dory KO. We need Dark plus Boss off of 6 cards. If I don't get it, well, if I get the Boss, I probably need to go Boss the Fez and retreat and stall. And I mean, having 2 energy stock here is pretty good. So maybe if I don't win, it's still fine. Like, them getting the win on the Mega Kangaskhan doesn't seem super likely. Not impossible, but doesn't seem super. Alright. There's the 3 prizes. Yayos, buenas tardes. Muchas gracias. Saludos hasta Guadalajara. Alright. Now we promote the Mega Kangaskhan. Nest Ball for Fez. So off the Iono, there were a few boss at the bottom, right? Yeah, 1 boss, 1 stretcher, 1 energy, and 1 poke. So definitely always getting the Fez here. Okay, and so now we go. I don't know if there's a right order, 3 and 2. I feel like. I wonder if there is a mathematical correct. I don't think there is. I don't think there's a difference. But like, I could get cards that further thin my deck. So, I don't know. Alright, there's 1. And there's 2, but not quite. I'm not winning this turn. Definitely not winning this turn. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go Boss on their Fez. Then I will go Turbo Energize with my monkey. Onto Etch and Kangaskhan. Sure. Well, that is less energy for potential Blood Moon boss KO on the Fez next. We'll see. So this one here and this one here. I have a game in hand now. I couldn't find game the previous turn. I have game in hand. If anything goes down that is not the Mega Kangaskhan, even if I get Iono'd, a whole new win condition opens up with Blood Moon plus Boss. And because their bench is full, they can't go Screamtail, Snipe, Petron plus Iono, right? That would be their best play, maybe. Or maybe it would be Screamtail Snipe Fest if they could. But it seems very unlikely. Not impossible, but it seems very unlikely. Well, actually, no, never mind. If they do that, that means they play Turo. And then that means I keep the boss in hand, and I have 3 cards off the top with Kangaskhan plus my top deck in order to find the game winning. Well, no, if they're not gonna attack my hand, they need to snipe the patch. And if they snipe the patch, then I just need then I have game in hand. If they play Turo, I win. If they don't play Turo, if they play Iono, then I need a boss. So we're in a really good spot either way. Very good spot either way. Although, I mean, they could still go Countercatcher KO Kangaskhan. Win the game. There's Psychic. They still need, so they need one more. One more Psychic in the discard thanks to 2 being trapped on the Monkey Dory. 1 Psychic in the discard and Countercatcher is game for them. But it's just gonna be Monkey. Okay. Not the serious poking in to ask a general consensus. If you are playing in top X in a co-op against a good friend, are you going to Josh call them for a gameplay error? Are you taking a prize by mistake? Or are you more likely to resolve the gameplay error and continue the game where the error happened? Asking streamer and chat. That's a good question, not that serious. I feel like if you generally, I don't know, like we all have different ways to treat our friends, right? In general, like I can only speak for myself, right? I tend to let people take back things, whether they're friends or not, if it's very clear that what their intentions were and that it's an honest mistake, right? Which is very different from a misplay. Huh? I would say you should never expect whoever you're playing against, even if it's a good friend, you should never expect them to let you take back something. And you should never be offended if they don't let you take back something, right? Because in the end, you're both there and you're both trying to win, right? So I personally, especially since I'm very competitive, I would never have that expectation. If they allow me to take it back, that's very nice of them and very honorable of them. But if they don't, I don't think there should be any friction. But I understand why there would be friction. I mean, I've definitely had friction happen with people, with good friends in top cods of cops and whatever else, because of circumstances that happen within the game, right? Whether it's mistakes, whether it's time, whatever. But I would say, just like when playing in a sport, and as we like, I can only refer to my soccer or football experience, when it's like whatever happens in the table stays at the table, right? So if my friend didn't let me take back a gameplay error and they got benefit off of it, like it stays in the table. You know, I shouldn't take that outside of it. But like I said, we're all different, and I can understand how someone would take it very personal. Yeah. So I would say, like, the guideline is the actual rules of the game, right? So that would be the guideline. Anything else that happens outside of that, you are allowed to ask your opponent to let you, if they let you take back the thing without any punishment or whatnot, I think. But in general, I wouldn't go into an expectation, especially if it's top card and you're both like competitive or semi-competitive players. You're both there to win. You both paid an entry fee, right? So as long as it's not like if it was blatant rule sharking, then I would reconsider my friendship, right? But if it's a gameplay error and it's an honest mistake from both players, A, not catching it, and B, not like taking the prize by mistake, then I would say leave it at the table and don't make it personal. Alex, ¿he probado la lista jugando el Moltres de Fantasmal? No siento como Moltres ayuda contra Goldengo. Para empezar, necesitas algún modificador de daño para que Moltres pueda noquear a Goldengo. Y aunque juegues un Moltres y un modificador de daño, noqueas un Goldengo. ¿Y qué haces con los otros dos Goldengos? O sea, y no vas a jugar 3 Moltres y 3 modificadores de daño. Entonces, no le veo el punto a Moltres. No creo que sea suficiente. Te ayuda contra las máscaras de planta, sí, pero si vas contra un deck de máscaras de planta, no deberías estar atacando con Absol de todas formas. Entonces, no porque una carta le pegue por debilidad a otro Pokémon, quiere decir que hay que incluirla o sea una buena tech contra esa carta. Alright, let's now move on to Guardy. Let's move on to Gardevoir. Prop up deck. And it's Gardevoir time. Alright, now we're going to be playing with Gardevoir, the list that won in the Champions League in Japan. Once again, Gardevoir didn't have a hot start in Europe. It seems like many players just do not favor the deck over there. Or, I mean, there's always good players playing it, of course, but it doesn't tend to do as well as it does in North America. So, or like a curious thing to note, right? But Gardevoir in all its strength with the Psychic Embrace ability, being able to power up all these various Pokemon. You have Frillish for item lock, which is essentially a stronger body in many situations. More HP, more damage at the cost of an energy, and even the triple retreat cost can benefit you if you have double and you keep the item lock and then you power up, send the damage with Adrenal Brain, and keep the item lock going, which is permanent. You also have Gel NTX for the extra damage output, power press doing 80 or 160 depending on the energy, and you not only limit item cards but also tool cards, but if your opponent has a boss's orders, they can free themselves from the item lock. So all 3 cards have their pros and cons. Frillish can sometimes be as strong or even stronger than Jellicent, but both are very good. Screamtail to snipe, Mega Diancie for powerful damage and for the different weakness, which can be very important when playing against these dark type decks. Leo's Clefairy, of course, to make Dragapult suffer essentially, and as a powerful attacker as well in some situations. Lattice EX gives us free retreat, allows us to get into Frillish to item lock as soon as possible, and also can be a very good attacker, one hit KOing Goldengo with Eon Blade plus double Adrenal Brain if we can get there. And then Mew EX, of course, not only for the restart ability, but genome hacking, copying your opponent's attacks can be very good, copying Terminal Period, copying Claw of Darkness, copying even Mega Kangaskhan's attack, and being able to flip enough heads to knock them out can be some win conditions that appear in otherwise potentially completely lost situations. And then finally, Serendipity for draw, and sometimes the occasional Cruel Arrow can come in handy as well. For Lily, for Iono, and the one of research, I really like the research combined with a secret box, because that way you can find like secret box into Earthen Vessel plus research, find 2 energies, and then discard them immediately with research and get a fresh hand of 7 cards. I think that's an undervalued combo that probably helped a lot the Champions League winner from Japan. And I mean, there's merit to playing Arven, like a copy or 2 as well, but I do like the one-off research, which is searchable with a secret box. It is very nice, but having a searchable secret box with Arven and searchable Rare Candy when we are playing 3 can also be very good. So I'm still torn between Arven and research, but for now we're going to be playing with the research and a Turo to get out of sticky situations. For Ultra Ball for all our Pokemon and the energy discard, 3 Nestball to be able to find that Latias to go into a Frillish or anything else we need. 3 candies, vessels, stretcher, and super rod for recovery. One of Countercatcher, as I was saying, these decks are cutting a lot of corners, and Countercatcher is one of those corners being cut. So now, I feel like you should always expect 2, but it most probably will be 1 in many situations when you're up against Gardevoir. Then double Bravery Charm to get extra HP for Mega Diancie, for Screamtail, even the Frillish can be very good, or any of these other Pokemon, and then TM Devo. At a well-timed TM Devo can be game ending. Let's jump into the ladder, see how we do with this deck in particular, and see how Guardy fares in the metagame. Alright, let's do this. Right. So yes, someone in chat asked about Moltres in Absol as a tech for Goldengo, and my answer to that was the only way Moltres is good against Goldengo is if you have a damage modifier, right? And sure, Moltres knocks out one Goldingo, and then what do you do with the other two Goldingos? That just knock out your Moltres, and then you're in the same problem, right? And because you're not gonna play 3 Moltres and 3 damage modifiers to just for Goldingo, right? Or I mean, you could, but that's a lot of spots dedicated to that. Which you would argue you're already dedicating like 2 fighting and 2. Well, you're dedicating 2 cornerstone, right? 2 cornerstones are your spots. So going from 2 to 6 for 3 Moltres and 3 item cards or 3 tools to help you deal with Goldingo. I don't know. I don't think that's good. That's just me. Okay, pre-bet hand here. We're gonna start with a Mew to give us the potential for retreat into the item lock to slow things down. A pre-bet hand, but pretty bad deck that we are up against will be that. Well, it could be Goldingo actually. Never mind. This could be Goldingo with the tech. Did prize a Ralts and a Guardy. Mr. Ralts, prize a Guardy, prize an Iono, prize a Lily. And prized. No energy prized. I think an Espol. I have no idea what else I priced, but decent prices, not the best, not the worst. I mean, do I want to draw a card? Why not? Free Charm on Mew doesn't sound awful. Don't want to bench the Fest just yet. Alright, another Bravery Charm. Let's go. Alright, we'll pass for now. We'll see what my opponent does. Could be, like I said, Soul Rock, Lunatone. Goldingo with a 1/1 tech Lucario. We're gonna find out off of this Artisan. I hope it's Goldingo and not just Mega Lucario, because it's not gonna be. I mean, as long as I can draw out of this hand, right? I don't have I don't have a great hand right now. As long as we can draw out of this, should be fine. See the Arven after the Lunatone Crab for Nestball and Herbaloon. See the Nestball, probably for a Soul Rock, so we can draw cards. Still could be not Mega Lucario, but everything is pointing to Mega Lucario. And yeah, Yo's an ex-rookie. Thanks so much for the follow. Sorry I missed it. Alright. Soul Rock. Rom. There's the attach. There's the balloon. So no stadium counter means we can get another Ralts down. I mean, I would love to have a good top deck, but it is what it is. They preemptively play the Night Stretcher to get back the energy, which is great. Yeah, like even if I'm in a super favorable matchup, I always want my opponents to like the best possible plays they can, right? Okay. Dark Energy top deck. So honestly, I do want to draw with Mew this turn, so I'm gonna bench the Fez. Even if they get 2 prizes there, that's fine. Really don't care. I mean, I'll just play it. I feel like Bravery Charm most of the time should be inconsequential in this spot. Now, it could Ultra Ball for the Kirlia. I think I'm gonna hold. And then maybe go Ultra Ball for the Jellicent next turn. And attach. Oh, I forgot to use Monkey Dory. Whoops. Whoopsie. Forgot to use Monkey Dory. I was thinking too much about... whoops. I was thinking too much about the next turn. I forgot to do everything I needed to do this. Alright. So there's the Gimme Goal. But it is in fact Goldingo. Okay, so even more reason to go Monkey Dory, pressure the Riolu eventually. Or they can evolve, sure. Sure thing. And what? Dude, are you not... I mean... Are you not seeing what you're up against? Like, this is... What my opponent's doing right now is... Taking... Sure. Taking 2 prize cards. And in exchange, they are putting a 3 prize liability in play that has weakness to my whole deck and could very easily be one-shot next turn. I will say, I have done nothing, right? I have done nothing so far this game, so there is merit doing this, but I'm not sure how much merit. Okay, so we're gonna promote the Frillish here. For sure, good job. You got your 2 prizes. I have a feeling this will be very costly for them in the future. Okay, so we're gonna Artisan for the Frillish, and honestly, I'm gonna grab the Curly off the Ultra Ball. Even though I priced a Guardy, I still have my Night Stretcher, my 2 Night Stretchers, and my Super Rod, so I think I'll be fine. Shrek, Guardy rotates in April, I'm pretty sure. Like, it's not officially announced yet, but it's like, it's rotating in April. Alright, you know what? I'm not the Curly, I'm just gonna go for the Jelly, get the damage going, and finally find something, please. Come on, man, what the heck? I mean, sure, I'll get the Curlia, but what is even happening? How am I down to half my deck without having played a single supporter card? Alright, so right now I'm doing 160, which is not enough to knock out the Mega Lucario. Like a 2-hit KO rather, but I have Monkey Dory, so it's fine. So there's a universe where I passively KO the Solrock, maybe? Maybe that was a waste. I am item locking my opponent, but they can go boss and get out of it. Like, I definitely could lose this game. They go boss KO the Mew next turn. Boss KO Mew, and then they have all the resources to just KO the Jellicent. Why the Gardevoir made you quit after 23 years of playing? Why would you quit over Gardevoir? Like, I understand oppressive things like Size Me Toadie X making the game not fun, but like, sure, Gardevoir is good, but it's not that good. Okay, well, there's the boss. Gosh, I'm gonna lose this game. And now I won't have any damage to KO the Mega Lucario. I'm gonna lose this game because I'm down to 33 cards and I've played 0 supporters. So dumb. I am going to lose this game. Alright, they grabbed an energy. I'm guessing they're debating whether to draw or to attach it. Decided to draw. Which, I mean, they probably have enough item cards to, like, a superior to get the energy back, right? Or it's just a song, sure. I understand, yeah. I mean, I understand collecting is definitely broken right now. Like, it's something has to change. Collecting Pokemon cards is like investing stocks, which is really dumb. Top deck Lily. No, top deck Iono. Please, I don't think anything else will help me here. Top deck Iono. Not putting the damage on the Mega Lucario might end up costing me here. That might end up costing me. Well, I mean, no, it's not gonna cost me. Like, it should have been able to freaking play the game. How is this my hand? How is this my hand? I've drawn like 8 cards with restart now. I don't know, like I was saying, with Gardevoir, like, if you really didn't want to lose to Gardevoir that bad, just, you could have generally played like a Jamming Tower or Tool Scrapper Charizard deck, You were always going to be favored against Gardevoir, right? And then you would have lost a lot to Dragapult. So then you would have quit over Dragapult. So I don't know, maybe the game in general wasn't fun anymore. Which I understand, right? Like, it's definitely been not fun for me in many situations, in many eras of the game as well, for sure. Bro, how are you taking this long? Knock me out. Alright. Yeah, like, there's always been, like, good answers to Gardevoir, but the problem is those good answers just lose to everything else. Or many other top tier decks. Alright. A Lily top deck. Probably a little too late. Only probably. Okay, do I even have any? I don't have any energy in the discard pile. And I can't get any energy in the discard pile. This is just... I won't be able to knock out the Mega Lucario here. I mean, I guess I technically could, but I don't want to break the item lock. Now we can go boss KO Guardy. Okay, if I'm gonna win this game, I have to do something magical. Which is probably going to be... attack with Frillish. Right? Keep them under full item lock. Don't want to leave the Frillish in range of Soul Rock. I mean, maybe it's not that bad. Yeah, you know what? Maybe it's not that bad. Just, sure, knock me out with Soul Rock. That lets me Monkey Dory KO the Soul Rock. Yeah, I do want double Monkey Dory next turn. Okay, never mind. I priced 2 Monkey Dories to make things even better. I priced 2 Monkey Dories. Great. Okay. So, I mean, they have a 13 card hand. So they could just go boss KO if they have the things. That's a lot, but they could. So, this is the worst, really? I don't think so. Like, I've been playing for as long as you have, and I don't think Guardy is most impressive. Especially after Mega Evolutions came out, Guardy stopped winning, right? Like, Guardy won 6 months, and then before that, like 6 months straight, a lot. And then before that, it was very good, but it wasn't as good as... Like, it wasn't completely dominating. Then it started dominating, and then it has now stopped. Like, there's even events where it doesn't. So I guess you're back, right? But I understand. I understand the frustration. Okay, Turo. Fortunate. Yeah, Turo on the Mega Lucario probably means we're not winning. I mean, they're down 2 boss. So this Iono sticks somehow. Like, I'll need to Iono pretty much every turn after this. And if they find boss, they win. So maybe, yeah. Well, now that I know that I priced 2 Monkey Dories, this is correct. But if I had another Monkey Dory, then not letting them KO the Frillish was probably better. But this is just very sad. Very, very sad. Yes, of course, 2 monkeys priced, otherwise it wouldn't be a tail 1 stream. Exactly. Plus the dead draw in the beginning, plus my opponent just going boss, 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 etc., etc. Okay. Maybe they don't want to KO me. If they don't play Lana, there's 4, 5, 6 energy, and they'll need to discard 2. Or, yeah, they have enough. They have enough. Well, no, they're only down 1 Turo. They're down both air balloon. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out of 11? Yeah, they have enough. They have enough to deal with another Relish. I can't believe I freaking priced 2 Monkey Dories, man. I really cannot. Whatever. I'm not winning this game. I already know I'm not winning this game. But it is what it is. Sure. Why do I care about dark energies? There's no Monkey Dory available anymore. I mean... if they misplay... maybe that's my win con. A misplay. Sure. That's my win con. A huge misplay on their part. So it's just with double monkey I might have time. With single monkey I definitely do not have time. Okay, I mean I got the counter stadium so I can limit their draw, I guess. Okay. And if yeah, I have to fully power up, right? They can't KO Jellicent, or they shouldn't have enough energy to KO Jellicent unless they play Lanacea. And if they do, good for them. So here's the plan. Fry. Fry is the plan. At least I got an Iono, right? So they will draw, then I will... something. Right, so then Adrenobrain off the active. Maybe it's off the Guardy though. Yeah, it's probably off the Guardy. Off the Guardy KO Solrock, but they can't Lunar Cycle to find boss. Or not Lunar Cycle as easily. Oh, this could give me Monkey Dory actually. That would be pretty good. No, well, nah, that's not good enough. And then we go Power Press. Ugh. Can't believe this. They even got the Mega Lucario out, attacked with it twice, and I couldn't punish it because I drew so bad. Alright. If they find boss... well, yeah, if they find boss, they win. Well, they need boss superior, right? They chose not to shuffle after the Iono, despite being able to with Metallic Signal. I can't believe 2 monkeys are a prize. But it's fine, whatever. We'll do our best and see how it goes. Third Golding go down. So... okay, so... it's just, it's not enough turns. I need so many turns of them whiffing. It's really just not enough. So, okay, so what I really need is Counter Catcher. If I can Counter Catcher the Golden Go, they can't boss and Turo on the same turn. And they're down both of their air balloons. Not looking good, but if I can find my freaking Counter Catcher, which I don't even know if it's in the deck. I mean, based on this game, it's probably priced. But if Counter Catcher is available and I can bring up the Genesect, I might be in a fine spot. Now, they are going to Arven, so whatever they grab is going to the bottom. They only grab Superior. There's one of the outs. Gonna see a pass, right? So I'll be down to 3 I can Scream Tail. No, it cannot Scream Tail. It has to be Jellicent. It has to be 100% Jellicent. With double monkey, this would be a whole other story. Okay, attached to retreat. So they're trying to stop me from taking prizes. They probably have a read on me not having a thing. However, that's 9 energy. So if they play, okay, so if they play 11 energy, if they play 11 energy and no Lana, I might be able to. Now, off of the Frillish lock. That self-retreat is very bad from them. Okay, just gonna go ahead and Iono here, see what I get. Countercatcher into Genesect would actually be pretty good, but no countercatcher here. Okay. Okay, now I'm not afraid of anything. I think that retreat might be very costly for them. Like extremely costly. Alright. Because of only one Monkey Dory, it's gonna take me so long. But this thing is trapped for like now I have 5 turns guaranteed. Like now I have 5 turns guaranteed, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's enough to clear out the Golden Ghost. Soul Rock doesn't matter, my friend. That retreat saved me from needing Countercatcher. Oh, well, now okay, I need to have the Frillish with no damage. Well, no, they should only have Metal Energy. Like, I'm making the assumption that they play... Okay, I need to show the... So, I'm making the assumption... You know what? I'm gonna put my face here. I'm making the assumption that they do not play... They play 8 fighting and 3 metal. That's the assumption that I'm making right now. Okay, so I need to keep the Frillish damage less, so it's not in range of Soul Rock. That's good enough for now. And Oceanic Gloom. Do they have a spare balloon? I mean, okay, so I don't know. I assume they don't. There's one in the discard right here. There's another in play on the Golden Go up top. And they played an Arven and failed the tool search. So I'm playing with... I'm standardizing their deck list, right? They have a 1/1 Lucario and they're playing... I'm assuming they're playing 8 fighting, 1 metal. Sorry, 8 fighting, 3 metal. And 2 Air Balloon, right? 2 Turo. 4 Boss, 4 Arven. We haven't seen their A spec. Could be Trolley, could be Prime Catcher, could be Secret Box. They can't play it anyways. So yeah, it's usually 2. Exactly. Like, so we don't know for sure. Yeah, the keyword is usually. I'm playing under that assumption, but we don't know. So there's the attachment. So I'm also assuming they only play 11 energy. If they play 12, they could go Iono KO. Right? They definitely could. If I had second Monkey Dory, I would have already won this game. If I had second Monkey Dory, I already would have won this game for sure. But since I don't, here we are. Here we are like 30 minutes in, with my opponents 5 minutes on the clock and me with 10. What a game. It's getting intense indeed. But The reason I'm in this game is because my opponent made a huge mistake by retreating. Huge mistake. The only reason we are still in this game. You've never imagined yourself rooting for a Guardi against Tango? Alright, there's a Turo. But once again, because of the permanent item lock, it doesn't matter anymore. And now that should be the last Turo, right? That should be the last Turo. I don't know what their game plan is. Like, they're still playing. So either they are burning the clock or they have a plan. So if they have 12 energy, they can still win, right? But I'm assuming, like I said, 8 and 3 energy. 8 and 3 energy. They boss anything, that's fine. Nothing is like, they now have 1 energy left, so they do 60 to Ralts, I heal, and then I can retreat. And then they're out of energy. So I think we have done it. I think. And they also promoted the undamaged Golden Goat, saving me a turn. They also accelerated my win condition by a turn. Yeah, Lana hasn't been played yet. Yeah, so once again, I am assuming they don't have Lana and they have 8 fighting and 3 meta, right? I am playing under that assumption. If they have Lana, they win. And then between the Ionos and their draws, I'm pretty sure we would have seen the Lana already. Pretty sure we would have seen it already. Okay, I have the TM Devo in my hand. So I'm just gonna Oceanic Gloom again. If they have it, they have it. Alright, I played to my win condition. Their huge misplay. And their huge misplay was retreating. If they hadn't retreated, they had exactly 2 energy left. If they just had been patient to draw them, they could have knocked out the Frillish, win the game. I don't need to get the hand down. Like, they have enough draw to where they're gonna see their whole deck. Their hand doesn't matter. Their hand size does not matter. What matters is I go Iono TM Devo next turn. That is what matters. And if I Iono, I won't be able to find the TM Devo, and that's just gonna delay my win. So, see the boss, that's not a Lana. This doesn't matter. They can do 60 damage to the Ralts. So this doesn't matter. Right? You don't need to use Iono when your opponent has a big hand. You need to use Iono at the right time. Yes, most of the time it is when your opponent has a big hand. If my opponent had 50 cards in their hand, it doesn't matter. As long as they don't have the correct card. And they've drawn enough cards. We've seen enough. We've been in this situation long enough to where I can not say for certain, but can safely assume that they do not have Lana, right? And now I can go for that, right? There's a TM Devo. I'm gonna clear out their three friends. Still keep them under item lock. Still gonna keep them under item lock, and they still have the possibility to win here. If they find boss plus superior, they can still win, right? They can still KO that Ralts. But they're gonna be under item lock, and they will no longer have any golden goes. So they need their hand to be it can't be boss superior. Their hand needs to be boss nest ball. I think that's the only way they can win. And I did have counter catcher, ironically enough. So with the counter catcher, I'm gonna bring up the Genesect. This should be game for me. Now I think I win for sure. There's no way. Well, no. There is a way. Maybe if their ace spec is prime catcher, they could go boss into boss Fez, somehow find enough energy or discards for superior, into Prime Catcher, KO Ralts. Yes. Counter Catcher for extra protection, force them to have even more cards. I think we did it. With my opponent at less than 2 minutes on the clock, I think we have done it. One of the cards from the Iono was Gimme Goal. That's game. I finally have a freaking Monkey Dory. A second Monkey Dory. The only reason I didn't win earlier is because of freaking 2 Monkey Dories priced. That's the only reason why. And, well, no. The reason I won is because of my opponent's misplay. The reason after their misplay I didn't win sooner is because I priced 2 Monkey Dories. And finally, after so many turns, so many freaking turns, and it's not Gardy doing Gardy things. It's my opponent lost this game. I will be very clear. I didn't win this game. My deck bricked. My deck completely bricked in the beginning. I didn't play a supporter until like turn 4. This game, my opponent lost. I didn't win, right? Or I mean, I did win by taking advantage of my opponent's poor plays. Over using Lunar Cycle, retreating that Golden Go for absolutely no reason. My opponent lost this game. I didn't win it. My opponent lost this game because they also used that fighting energy to retreat, which if they just save that fighting energy, they go fighting energy boss, KO Ralts, and they win. Yeah, so the 2 Monkey Dories prize, the Gardy prize, my awful start, everything. The game wanted me to lose, and my opponent gave me the opportunity to win. Yeah, pretty good win, for sure. Pretty good win. Okay, this means someone sent me a friend request. What do you want to bet? This is Deathmatch. Yep, this is Deathmatch. So I'd never accept friend requests from random people. If anyone knows them or if they end up watching the stream, hopefully there's a lot to be learned from that game. Yeah, and all the comments I make are always towards, yeah, there's a lot of room for improvement from that previous game, yeah, which they ended up losing. All right, let me put music back on. We'll jump into more games. More Hollow Knight, because it's one of the best games ever. That was really good. X5 Daver, thanks so much for follow. Yayos as well. That was a really good game in terms of like teachable things. On things to do and things not to do. Alright, now we're back in Arceus. Hopefully we don't need to see my discard pile so intensely anymore, so we can put myself back over here. Alright, here we go. More Gardy. That game was ridiculous, honestly. Do I want to go first? Oh, is that a first for the full stream? I'm pretty sure I didn't go second at all with Mega Absol at any point. Pretty sure. Alright, Monkey Dory starts with a Nest Ball and Julia and an Iono. Not horrible, not bad. Nothing major. Okay. Alright, well, Mega Lucario again as our first Arceus rank match. Okay. We're gonna go... I feel like item log is not as important here as opposed to just setting up, right? Let's just go grab our alts, hatch Monkey, and go Iono. Alright, another alts and a Lily follow-up. can't really ask for more. I'd rather lose a monkey than a Ralts. Well, what TCG? Maybe. I feel like something like I can't believe I won this game, or I never should have won this game, or my opponent misplayed so much in this game and I won, or I don't know, something like that. I can try different titles for sure. Mega Lucario is too easy. It should be, yes. I almost lost to Mega Lucario in the previous game. Mega Signal. There's the Mega Lucario. So they have to commit to Mega Brave, because right now Aura-Jab doesn't KO the Monkey Dory, which is pretty fantastic. Or they need to commit a Premium Power Pro. Sure. Sacred Charm. Okay, this is one of those cards that I will probably forget at some point when I'm attacking the Mega Lucario and just miss the knockout because of that. It's definitely one of those type of attacks. Okay, so we lose the Monkey Dory, that's fine. Now we go promote Ralts, attach, and Lily, and hope for the best. Alright, 3 Lilies, so the game really insistent that I play Lily. Okay. So no Kirlia, no Ultra Ball, no Candy even. Nest Ball for Fez feels a little too risky here. I think I'm just gonna have to happy with the collect. Definitely not happy about it, but let's see another option. I think third Ralts important, and let's Artisan for our friend Freelish to try to slow things down a little bit more. And sure. Let's just collect. 1 extra card. You never know. Candy, okay. So let's stop the Gold Trouble. Or Secret Box. Easy peasy. There you go. 6 prize to 1 comeback from just 1 misplay. There you go. There's one of the titles. I'm gonna save that one. I like that one. I mean, another could just be like, never give up hope. There's always hope that your opponent can misplay. Alright, this Hitmonchan is probably an answer to Buddy. Okay, so they used Aura-Jab this turn, so now they can Mega Brave next turn. No, this is so bad. Alright, I know that I'm going to Iono and find a Gardevoir, but now 2 of my rare candies will be at the bottom. We all know that's gonna happen. Like, that's just the law of Pokemon. 2 rare candy top decks into... Yep, there's the Ultra Ball, so if I had not used Collect, I would have only drawn 1 candy, and then I would have Ionoed into Candy Gardevoir, and I would have just knocked out the Mega Lucario. But it can never be that easy, can it? So, I mean... Mega Diancie is a little too risky now that I'm falling behind. Okay, so I have Counter Catcher to try to buy myself some time. My opponent has not done much. So you know what? I'm gonna Counter Catcher the Pidgey. That way I can maybe knock it out with a follow-up Adrenabrain later down the line. And yeah, we never found out what the A-Spec the Golden player was playing. I mean, it had to be an item card. I don't remember how many Nest Balls or Poffins we saw, but I'm going to guess it was not Trolley, so it was probably either Prime Catcher or Secret Box. That would be my guess. No way, they got Lily. They found Pidgeotto. Now I can't KO the freaking thing. Alright. Please just give me a freaking Gardevoir. That's all I ask for. Please just give me a freaking Gardevoir. I don't gonna cover this upcoming turn with my Curly exposed in the active. Now we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. I don't want to super out, honestly. I don't care about KOing Pidgeot. I just wanna find Gardevoir. That's all I want. Let's find one of my 2 Gardevoirs, one of my 2 Ultra Balls, which fortunate because I priced 1, or one of my secret boxes. So I have 5 outs. I'm drawing 8 cards. Hey, there we go. Finally. Okay. I'm gonna keep secret box for now. As like guarantee for next turn. And now we have oh, you know what? Never mind. Right. We're gonna secret box, and this is where I will secret box. I mean, it could be Mew. It might need to be Mew, actually. Well, never mind. We can't get Mew. So it's gonna be Latias. I'm gonna get Latias back here. It could be Mega Diancie, but there is a universe where my opponent has enough. Well, is there though? Mega Brave would need what? 270? I have 270, so 240. It would need all 4 Premium Power Pros to knock out Mega Diancie. And they shouldn't be able to knock out Mega Latias with anything, right? So, okay. Discarding both Ultra Balls was probably a bad idea there. It forced me to do this, but it's fine. It's fine. Alright, so now we do 400 minus 30. Because of the tool, that's 370, that's still enough. Even if it was before weakness, which I honestly, it could be. After, yeah. I mean, it's always after, but even if it was before, it would still be okay here. How many Dark Energy? Screamtail wasn't enough without the Bravery Charm, but that's fine. And sure, let's just go. Eon Blade, 370 KO, 3 prize cards. Now we even up things and hopefully put ourselves in a good spot. My opponent goes boss KO Guardy, Latias is powered up, and we win. Find Turo, we find another monkey, we find Frillish. I think we'll be okay. My opponent knocks out Latias, they take 2 prizes, we power up Screamtail or Guardy, and we just win. They go attach, they would not stretcher, sure. Sure. Sure thing. Do you think Sacred Charm could replace Bravery Charm? No. Like, they do different things, so they cannot replace, yeah? But Sacred Charm could have some situations where, depending on the metagame, it could be a good card to have in your deck if it puts you out of some mats. Yeah? But, like, Bravery Charm adds HP and is only for basic. Sacred Charm reduces damage and only from ability Pokemon. So it's not a 1-for-1 replacement. Like, this is something that many people do when rotation happens. It's like, oh, what can I replace this card for in my deck? It's like, well, this card is rotating, so there's no 1-for-1 replacement, right? Because this card is rotating and you no longer have the effect of this card available to you, the whole deck or many parts of the deck need to be reworked. It's not a 1-for-1. It's not as straightforward as that. All right. So I don't know why we're still in this game, but sure. Bye-bye, Mega Lucario. Title of this video, how to win in 2 attacks. This was another, oh no, it wasn't a 6-1 comeback. All right, pretty good. Well, not pretty good, pretty okay. Pretty okay. Come on. Find a more challenging matchup. And Mega Lucario. We've played against too many Mega Lucarios today. At least we didn't play against Mega Lucario when we were playing Mega Absol, Mega Kangaskhan. And yeah, I had quite a few people ask me about Mega Lucario in the tier list video that I made. As long as Guardy exists, Mega Lucario cannot be viable. Full stop. Well, as long as Guardy is a top deck, right? Mega Lucario cannot be viable. Full stop. Okay, so generic hand, we're going second. We have Ultra Ball into the Frillish for item lock, so pretty good with the Lily too. So very, very nice. Best thing here, well, very nice other than the Ultra Ball discard, right? Because I can't discard the energy. I'll probably end up discarding the Kirlia. There's now a Toadschool in the active. Prevent me from getting back the Kirlia with a Bravery with a Night Stretcher, sorry, not a Bravery Charm. Oh my god, what is this? Glimora EX. Okay, so I guess we are in 1500 Arceus beam deck range. Oh, sí. Digo, lo malo es que hago todos los juegos en un solo video, ¿no? Pero sí podría separarlos, ¿por qué no? Más contenido. I wonder if that's a better content strategy. Like, just post one individual game every day instead of one long video with multiple games. That's a good question. What do you guys prefer? Post rotation Lucario is promising, yes, but not right now. So what would you guys prefer? One bite-sized video every day, or one very long video with multiple games that you can just later watch whenever you're feeling? Okay, so it's gonna be Lily and Kirlia. I want to keep my options open for the Guardy. I also want to item lock ASAP. Did prize an Iono. Didn't prize a Candy. Did prize 2 Psychics. Those stretchers are there. Okay, so they're looking alright. I honestly don't remember what Glimora EX does, so I'm just gonna not power up the Frillish with the Bravery Charm. Also gonna try and not overbench, but I do want to give myself the possibility. Well, you know what? I think Glimora makes it so I have to have 3 bench, right? Maybe. So this seems pretty good to me. Like if they evolve and promote the Glimora EX, I discard the Latias and it's a win-win. Seems pretty good. Alright, so there's a Tarantula, there's a Toadschool. So 2 Toadschools, different types too, and there's a Glimora, or a Glimmet, so I have no idea what is happening here. Absolutely zero clue. And Lily's Pad, thanks so much for the follow. Jeff's Throw as well. Okay, Airy. So this is just like a bad control deck, I guess. Just feels like a bad control. I mean, I even want to Iono my opponent. I guess, like, it's not about Ionoing my opponent, it's about me furthering my setup, right? So probably should have Nestballed for the Ralts that I just drew. Okay, now my hand is not terrible. What's next of terrible? I might have helped my opponent, and I might have wrecked myself here. I might have wrecked myself right here. Yep. Now Kirlia lives in the discard pile until it gets super routed back into the deck. One long video and explain short content. Short videos for one content. Like short, you mean YouTube shorts and reels? I mean, that's what I tried to do, but I feel like after I stream, there aren't that many, like, or at least I don't feel like I find too many things to like really showcase in shorts. But like TCG Live in general is like, without the full context of the game, it's not as interesting, right? Like one KO later down the line doesn't mean anything if you don't get the full context later, right? Or rather, the early context on why or what happened. Okay, so what? Am I getting KO'd? Bro, how did I Iono'd my opponent into a good hand and I screwed my own hand. Unreal. Unfreaking real. The game's just telling me to scoop. Man, how? How do I draw this bad? Does it do anything other than poison? No. I mean, I'll take 6 and then yeah, I'll just get KO'd. You know what? I'm not gonna give them. I'm not even gonna give them the. I have free retreat with everything, so whatever. I'm allergic to drawing well. I'm literally allergic to drawing. Ultra Ball for Tarantula EX. Not Tarantula EX, Speed Ups EX. Cornerstone, sure, bro. What am I? I have no. Like, they're literally giving me damage to work with. I mean, the item lock doesn't really. I'm just gonna collect. Let's just collect. Hey. Thank you. Una limpia para mi persona física también, por favor. Porque esto es lo que me pasa en la vida real también. Por eso hago 2-2 drop en todo torneo que voy. Por eso no tengo championship points en 2 regionales esta temporada. Alright, so we're just waiting for this person to, I don't know what. And then finally we can hopefully win. So we secret box for Candy, Lily. Alright, they're not even gonna attack. They realized I'm using their damage against me. Or against them. Okay, let's first take the prize card. Like, I'm not taking this game seriously, so maybe I should be secret boxing before. I don't even. Like, I don't care. I do not care. Sure. Now let's go Candy. Hola Night Owls. Romeo, ¿cuándo fue mi último torneo en persona? El último torneo en persona que jugué fue un League Cup hace como 2 fines de semana. Y antes de eso... antes de eso fue el Special Championship de Buenos Aires, Argentina. Okay. We're just gonna KO with Cardi, send the damage to the Toad Scroll. I don't care if they flip heads and I don't draw a prize. It's it's generally fine. I'll be okay. I already had Turner Brain with you. And my last in-person event was a League Cup that I bombed with Golden Go. And before that, it was a Buenos Aires Special Championship, which I also bombed with Zorg. And before that, I played like a couple league challenges, I think. And before that, I played the Monterrey Regional Championship with Fidget Control. And I played against 5 bad matchups in 8 rounds. I still went 3-1-1 against them. And in my last round, I played against Gardevoir, which should be an auto win, unless they play Turo, which at that point in time, nobody played Turo except the one person I faced. So I lost my win in today too, because I hit the one dude with Turo. One Gardevoir with Turo. My god, why? Why are you making this harder than it needs to be, friend? Why? Why are you making this harder than it be? It's gracious. 20 damage at a time. ¿Ahora no hay moradito? Sí. ¿No estoy en vivo en Twitch? Huh. I don't know why I'm not live on Twitch. I generally don't know why. Thank you for letting me know. I have no idea what happened. I am streaming on Twitch, no? Yeah, I am live on Twitch. As far as I can see, I am live on Twitch. Estoy en vivo en Twitch, Lavender League. Oh, well, yo me veo en vivo. Sí, estoy en vivo en Twitch. Crispin, sure. Please knock me out so I can open up the bench space. Please knock me out. I would really appreciate it. Oh my god, TMD. Man, what is happening? What am I playing against? What is this crap? Oh boy. I mean, how many TM Devos do you play, friend? Lots of locals have stopped showing up because it's always Guardian and Golden Go winning? Okay. That's unfortunate, because you could just play Charizard EX with Chi-Yu and farm them. So that's unfortunate. Triple Devo incoming, sure. Why not? Okay, so maybe I did get disconnected from Twitch, and that's why. When I've checked my content, I see that there's multiple streams, and apparently I've been disconnected twice, so I don't know why that's happening. But thank you for letting me know. That's actually very, very good to know. Okay, I just done with this. Why am I? Star still loses to Foolish Guardy? I mean, I don't think so. Like, if generally, if it's everything Guardy Dengo, just play TM Evo Zard and farm Guardy and Dengo. Like, there's always room to adapt, you know? Thank you, Gazerim. Thank you for letting me know. Oh my god. I messed up. I forgot about my Latias. What am I doing? Oh my. I forgot about my Latias. Alright. I just made this game longer. I'm not paying attention. I'm not. Like, this is not a real game. I'm not adding this to the VOD either. What even is their deck? I have no clue. So yeah, like, if it's all Guardian Dengo, that would be a great opportunity to just go Zard with Chi-Yu, play TM Evo with double or even triple Charmeleon if you really need to, bypass any item lock and TM Devo shenanigans, and farm. Like, Yeah. It feels very straightforward. And like just tool scrapper, you know? Like you really want to go hard against Guardy, you definitely can. Oh my god, I can't believe I did what I did. Right, I'm really fed up of this game. I don't even know what that does. 12 damage counter. Let's have at it. Knock me out. Please knock me out. Please knock me out. Please go Crispin, knockout. Nothing would make me happier. If Henry Chow plays you with Jelly Guardy, it's definitely favored to Guardy. I mean, that's not how the game works. Henry Chow doesn't magically have the right cards at the right time or the right Guardy build to deal with that or whatever. Like, yes, obviously Henry Chow is a fantastic Gardevoir player and player overall, but that doesn't mean like I would happily money match Henry Chow if I was able to build a Charizard. Like if I knew Henry Chow was playing Guardy Jelly and I could tech for his Guardy Jelly with a PM Evo Zard build, I would 100% take a money match against him. Julia, hoy es tu cumpleaños, muchas felicidades. Te agradezco mucho. Te agradezco mucho, espero que te vaya muy bien en Mérida. Por allá nos vemos. Por allá nos vemos segurísimo. Will Psychic type fall off after rotation? I mean, we don't know, right? There's a whole new set that will be out after rotation that we know nothing about in terms of what cards are in there. And so your guess is as good as mine. Now there could be a new Psychic type deck that all of a sudden becomes very good. So it's impossible to know. I mean, Guardy leaving means there's the big Psychic archetype will go away. Maybe Turbo Jellicent becomes a thing. And maybe Turbo Jellicent with like what's the thing? Turbo Jellicent with the triple energy, I forgot the name. Becomes like everything slows down and then the item lock is harsher and it's troublesome. I don't know. I really don't know. Time to attack with Ralts. I could, yeah. I actually could. I'm gonna do it for the content. Adrenabrain. And damage to Cornerstone. Attached to Ralts. Retreat. Now I do pay a retreat cost and then go Ralts, headbutt that Cornerstone Ogerpon for the knockout. Yay! Alright, see, that's good content. That's a short right there. That is a short right there. Ignition energy, yes, exactly. Mega Galate was very underwhelming, I agree. I mean, the title of this video, I never thought I would take 2 prizes with Ralts headbutt or something like that. Why am I still in this game? Sure, you knock me out. I power up Monkey Dory, knock you out. Why are you still wasting our time? I will never understand this. Like, never. I have a game right on board. I will never understand. Why do you bench another Mimikyu? Do you not know what Monkey Dory does? How is this a real Arceus game? I don't understand. Is Ralph the best attacker in Guardy title? There you go. Great title. Great title right there. Ralts is such an underrated attacker in Guardy. I feel like every game we've played in this stream so far with Guardy honestly could lead to like rage baity good content. Maybe I'll split all these games into individual games. Yeah, collect hurt me in the game. In one of the turns I used it, but then it helped me find the secret box. Like, having collect is a nice option to have. Having collect is certainly a nice option to have. Alright, that's gonna be it from me today. Exactly, Jeffstro. People don't realize how good Ralts is. The potential of Ralts is just infinite, basically. Alright guys, enough memeing, enough funny shenanigans. We are going to go away now. Thanks so much everyone for hanging out. I have to go do other adult stuff today. I'll be back tomorrow with Spanish commentary, and if everything works out, I hope to be back on Wednesday for one last stream before the year. If not, I really appreciate the support during December. I really hope to be even more consistent with streaming in January, with more live streams, more everything coming your way, more content. Thanks so much to everyone who supports. And in case I don't get to stream on Wednesday, Happy New Year to everyone who tuned in today. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you in tomorrow's live stream, hopefully, a lot of you, and in other future live streams.